Hey, so welcome back to the cabin once again. Today, we will be making apple butter the old fashioned way. Nothing more than a copper kettle, an apple retriever. Oh, girl. Nothing more than a copper kettle, an apple retriever, an open fireplace, an apple cider press, and then we will can this. And I'm calling it Johnny Appleseed's famous log cabin apple butter. As most of you know, here in town, I play the part as Johnny Appleseed, and we sell a lot of apple butter. So I'm hoping to do a batch of that here today in my fireplace, and I'm going to bring you along for the entire episode. And she wants nothing more than me to play ball with her, but I don't want to be handling the apple after she's had it in her mouth while I'm working. So it might look like I'm not paying attention to her, but honestly, she gets plenty of attention. So anyway, I'm going to be using the Bonanza apple peeler core to peel and core these apples. It'll make quick work out of it. And then we're going to go over to the cider press to grind them to turn them into something I can turn into apple butter. Plus, we need fresh apple cider, so we're going to utilize the press to make our apple cider. So let's just get busy and get it done. This is a very long process. There's nothing easy about this. I'm using a variety of apples, from Yellow Delicious to Macintosh, Melrose, and Honeycrisp. That's what we're using. Or Golden Delicious, sorry. The peels I'm going to keep to make apple cider vinegar. They're going to make a mess here for a while, but that's okay too. The lighting's not the best on my side. I got it lit up on your side pretty good, but I can't see up here too well. But I found this apple peeler on eBay. It was listed as non-working. More of a wall hanger. But after I got it, even before I bought it, looking at the pictures, I could tell that I could get it working. It really had, all the pieces were there, nothing was broken. It just hadn't been used in a lot of years, so. It didn't take long. It didn't take long to get it working again. This is another one of those devices with everything that's on the market today. There is nothing that compares to this machine made in 1890. Everything else that's on the market today is absolute junk in comparison. process would take so long by hand. I mean, it's going to take me all day, regardless. But if I had to peel and core all these apples by hand, getting full. Okay, let's move over to the press and let's get this pressed out. Okay, first things first, we need at least a gallon of apple cider. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use the sweeter of the apples to make apple cider. So these ones do not need to be peeled and cored. Good thing I'm not married. I would be in deep trouble about now. I could do this on the front porch. It's a nice day, but I also want to be in here with the fire. I've already got cider starting to come out. He doesn't like all the noise. Come on. She'll hang around the sawmill, but this is new to her. Okay. Now, we just got to slide that mass over to the press. Now this is the only time we need to press today. After this, we'll just be grinding. We only need about a gallon, but we'll just take whatever we get out of this press. We making apple cider? You're such a good girl. You're such a good girl. We'll go to the gas station later. She likes to walk to the gas station because we get treats at the gas station, don't we? Don't we? Huh. We'll walk down in a little bit. I got work to do today. While that's draining out, first, which is going to be the apple cider. Okay, we're not going to worry about a little bit of skin, but it's not going to hurt to take some of that off there either. The biggest thing we want to do is at least break them in half and make sure that we got all the core and the seeds out. Ooh, no skins, so. Be it. And then we got to clean up this mess, and then we'll start making some apple butter. A couple seeds there. was starting to boil just a little bit. You don't want to get it going too good yet until I can attend to it all the time. I want to get this mess cleaned up first, though. Okay. Before we start the apple butter, I want to get this fired up because as soon as I'm done, I want to start canning, and I can't let that cool down. It's got to be canned when it's hot. So that needs to be hot. And I also won't have the time to tend to it while I'm stirring apple butter because I'm here by myself. So let's just get it fired up. I caught slack because I wasted a match the last time I did this. And a bunch of people were like, why didn't you just take fire from the fireplace and put in there? Because I didn't. That's all. No reason. So I'm gonna, just for you people, I'm gonna take some of my embers from here and I'm gonna put it in there. And I would agree, that's easier. Okay, that should keep going. Put some lumps of coal in there because you'd be surprised how quick this thing will burn out. But with just a couple lumps of coal, I'll be able to save it no matter what. It is time to get this baby over the fire, and it ain't going to be light. this chimney drafts really well, so I do not have to go all the way back with it. Start making apple cider. I have to use that one until it starts to break down a little bit. And it won't take it long. A gust of wind. It doesn't do that often, but it's awful windy out there. Now is the time for a lesson. Draft is the difference between the flue temperature and outside temperature. Today's temperature is not real bad. I'm probably 50, 55 degrees. So the draft is the difference between the two. Because I robbed heat from there to start the other one, because the fire was burnt down, because I wasn't producing a lot of heat, that decreased the draft. And then I threw those two big logs on there, which produced a bunch of smoke, but not a lot of heat yet. So therefore that took away from the draft because those numbers were not far enough away from each other. And I was producing a bunch of smoke. Now I'm starting to get a lot more heat produced. So therefore I'm getting a higher number, higher difference number in the flue, so it causes the draft to go up harder. And no, I don't have to do this. But by getting that fire burning hotter quicker, I reduce the chances of smoke coming back into the house again. Now, until I get that to burn down a little bit, or until I get it to cook down a little bit, I'm still pretty chunky. I'm going to have to use this one. Starting to cook down. I do have a regular stir here, but until I get that less chunky, it isn't going to do any good to try to use it. These are all my souvenirs that people have given me and things that I found. Someone in our local school made this in 1976, and it's a depiction of Johnny Appleseed. It's been in our community for a long time. This plate is in 1971. The festival in 1971 fell on my birthday. So I was actually born on the day that this plate was being sold. So that's why this one in particular is special to me. A local man who comes down to the festival every year made this and brought this to me last year. This was given to me this year. It is actually a cell phone holder, but we don't know about cell phones yet. I believe this jug was sold, apple cider was sold in this jug at the festival in the 60s. So that's kind of, I've never seen one with the basket before, so that's why that one is special to me. A lot of things up here were given to me. This was made for me. A lot of people bring me little trinkets and things. My buddy Bob, let me start this a minute. Let me get something out of the way here. My buddy Bob painted this saw for me. Now this is a depiction of Pittsburgh. So near me is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The legend has it that that's where Johnny Appleseed went to get his seeds while he was in this area. So this is the Three Rivers connection. So this is a depiction of very early Pittsburgh with a log cabin and things growing instead of the big city. And I'm starting to get a lot hotter here. A cookie cutter. I haven't made cookies with it yet, but I'm gonna get that all situated so it don't fall. Okay, we just got to keep putting heat to it. The water on the stove is starting to heat up. I see steam over there now. So we are well on our way to getting it done. Before I go, the Johnny Appleseed cookbook. Complete with all apple recipes. So we'll probably do some, and I would guess 1967, 68 this was printed. We will probably do some recipes out of there. There's some really unique stuff in there, and all put together by people in my community. Just keeping it from sticking, keeping it from burning. Well, she lives the life. Come on. If this was outside, you also would not be able to do what I'm doing over top like this. But because I have this one side that's cold versus the other side where all the heat's rolling up, I got the liberty of being able to stand a little bit closer, although my feet and my legs are getting hot. The only thing I put in here is cinnamon, vanilla, and brown sugar. How much? Yeah, that much. Now, I've already put brown sugar in once. And really, I'm going for the taste that other people might like, not necessarily what I like. I'm a little bit more on the tart side, but the average person likes their butter pretty sweet. That's a good girl. You're fine. That's a good girl. Sit down. Right there, that's good. Down really good. Really smooth. Plenty of cinnamon. Could be just a little thicker. As soon as that gets down enough that I don't have to stir, I'm going to get some jars in the canner. I'll leave that sit there because that'll keep it hot. But I got to get it to burn down a little bit so it don't burn. I'm glad I used the coal in there because I would not have still had a fire burning. Ouch, that was hot. But I'll tell you, the water's hot. Really hot. Let's get it off of there without getting burnt. Yeah, those ones are not quite so tight. But you guys never got a seed in yours, did you? Seed, I don't care. Hot. That's much quicker. Now, you guys did peel your apples, right?
Yeah, we peeled them, quartered them.
Some people don't peel them even. They said the peelings will cook down pretty good. Not perfect.
They don't cook down
But-
perfect. Peelings, I think they would leave a.
Yeah, they'll leave a bitter taste.
It'd be harder. It'd be harder to cook them. Yeah.
Right. Well, I peeled them. Oh no. Okay, so there we go. I got just over 40 jars of what I'm calling Johnny Appleseed's famous log cabin apple butter, made right here in my fireplace. Not sure yet if I'm going to sell it here in town or just give it to my friends. I don't know. Probably going to eat a little bit of it anyway. Anyway, thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will catch you next time. right here at the cabin. Take care.